I can charge, I guess, at that guy.
Okay. So you're gonna measure 7 inches again from front of his base to his base. Okay. So you go like this. It's okay to get in there. And you're out. You're there. Remember I said you have a ½ inch of wiggle room?
Yep.
Of course, I pick a table where he can't stand up. There for now. You would basically have a ½ inch from the front of his base to my base, and that wouldn't cut it.
Okay.
So he's out. So he gets there. You spend the focus to charge. So you still spend the focus off the Warjack. So then he's done. Once you fail a charge,
Then that's it.
it's over. Now, Sorcius has 6 focus, right? You're able to distribute those 6 anywhere. In order to put that on the Warjacks, you need to be within her control area, which is double her focus.
Okay.
You can measure your control area anytime during the game. So you can measure 12 inches from Sorcerer right now to see if you can still give him the focus next turn. Very
cheat
right.
measuring distance.
This is basically to let you see how close you are to her. No. Alright, so they're still in. Next turn you can still give them the focus if you want to, without moving her around.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything with her, or you're good?
I'm gonna leave her as is for now.
Okay. That comes back to my turn. Alright. Alright. I'm in a bad position. I still have an ace up my sleeve though. So what happens is, first I'm going to take all the focus off. And it goes back on Gordon. I'm going to...
This would come off too.
No, it stays there until next turn.
Stays there until next turn. Okay.
I'm going to do something silly. I'm not going to give you any focus. Or any of my Jack's focus. I want to get Gordon in there. That's where he's good at. Alright. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this Warjack here. I'm going to try and shoot the Destroyer. Now, the Destroyer's on a hill and I'm trying to shoot it. One of the rules, terrain, when it's on the table, it does different things. One of the things hills does is it gives you +2 against shooting. So if you're on the hill and I'm not, you get +2 defense.
Okay.
So that makes you defense 12. I'm 6, I need to roll 6 to hit you.
Okay.
I succeed. Your armor 20. The power on my gun, oh I had to actually, I'm in. The power on my gun is 12. That means I need these dice minus 8. Anything over the -8 is damage on you.
Okay.
So, nothing. 5 minus 8 is negatives. You don't get health from doing it, from me getting negatives, but... Alright, so, every Warcaster can cast spells with their focus. They also have an ability on the back of their card called Defeat. This is like a once-a-game spell. It's very powerful and very strong, but that's why you can only use it once. Gordon Runbacks is called Landslide. Anything that's in my control area, I pick a table edge, I move it 8 inches that way, that's in your army. My control area is 10 inches. So as I can measure it at any time, I'm going to measure it right now. Okay. I'm going to use my feet. I'm going to pick my table edge. I'm going to move your models this way. 8 inches. I really want to catch Sorcerer in this. And she's incredibly out. So he moves 8 inches this way, he bumps into me. And he moves 8 inches this way, he bumps into him. Now, after you move, you gain -3 speed, Rat, which is your range attack, and defense. Didn't help me as much as I wanted to. But since it's still Gordon's activation, I'm going to try and charge him.
Okay.
Speed 4, 7 inches. I'm in.
I thought it worked.
Alright, and now I'm going to make my charge attack. The Warjack is defense 10 normally, -3 because of the feet. I now need to hit a 7. I have a melee attack value of 7. If If I roll double ones, I still miss. I don't miss. I get the boosted damage from the charge attack. Your armor is 20. The power on my weapon is 14. This is at -6. So it'll be 5 damage to your 3. So you go to your Warjack. This is the Destroyer.
Dream big.
So it's the destroyer that I'm looking
Yep.
at.
You go to column 3. And starting from the top, going down, you would mark out 5 damage.
So just like with like an X or
Or a
No,
dot.
just a dot. That's fine.
I was gonna do it with Sonic.
Something that lets me see, yeah.
and then just go to the next
All the way
column.
down. All the way down to the bottom there.
Even though they got letters on
Even
them?
the letters, yep. That's how you know when system is knocked out, is when you cover all those letters,
Okay.
the system's gone. Alright. I have my second attack. I've got a little knife I'm going to stab you with at the bottom of the gun there. I hit. This would be -11. Nothing. Alright, that was fun. I want to keep stabbing you. But first, I don't think my attacks are doing enough damage, so I'm going to cast a spell on myself. On my spell list, I have a spell called Strength of Granite. It costs 2. Now I've got +4 strength on my models. Strength affects how strong your melee weapons do damage. So right now I've got a power strength 18 hammer and a power strength 13 knife, as opposed to the 14, the pitiful 14 and 9 I was hitting you with before. That leaves me with 3 focus left.
Okay.
I'm going to use one of those focus to try and hit you again with the hammer. I hit. Now this is -2. 18, 20 minus 18 is, difference of 2. So I subtract 2 from this. I do 4 damage to your 3. So you go back to the card. You go to the 3 column.
I'm the same guy.
On the same guy. And then you would move over to the 4. 4 damage to 3, so 1 more. Right. I'm going to swing on him again. Hit. Nothing. Your armor minus 8. The difference between 18 and your armor is 2. I don't beat that, so no damage.
Okay.
1 more. Just why not? Hit. We're gonna do 6 to your 1. So you go to the 1 column and you do 6 damage.
Good job.
Right. So that I cover any of those letters completely.
Covered the 3 column and the 1 column completely.
Did I cover any of the letters completely? Like the M's or the L's?
L and yeah.
Did I cover all of them? Or just some of them?
Some.
So that doesn't help me. And I have to cover all of them in order to knock out the L, which would be your left arm. Alright. So, I'm going to try and move him forward. I still have my other stuff to do. I'm like, I might put myself in a bad position here. He's going to go. I'm going to try and shoot a sorcerer with him. Range 12. I'm in. Now, sorcerer's defense is on her card. What's her defense?
16.
16. I have a range attack roll of 6, so I need a 10 on 2 dice. Missed. I'm gonna try and hit him with him. Range, melee attack roll of 5. Your -3 defense for my feet. Miss. Still miss. Double ones always miss. And the driller, I'm just gonna move this. I'm gonna move a little bit this way. I'm gonna swing on him. Now, driller's got a melee attack roll of 6. Your defense is 10 minus 3 from my feet. So 7, so I need better than double ones to hit. I hit. Power strength 17 drill. Minus 3 on the dice. The difference is 17 and 20 is 3, so minus 3 on my dice roll. 4 points. Tier 2. So you go to the Juggernaut now. You go to the 2 column and you would mark down 4 damage.
The 2 column.
The 2 column, yeah. Alright. Now, I get my claw. I hit. Power on the claw is 16, this will be -4 then, the difference being 4. 2 points to your 6. So you go back to the Juggernaut, you go to the 6 column, you put 2 points in. Right. And that's my turn. I think I made a pretty big mistake right now. I left myself open. I have no focus on me. And you've got Juggernaut still here. But I feel confident because you're at -3 speed from my feet. So you can only move them a maximum of 1 inch.
Okay.
I'm gonna help you beat me right now. I'm gonna come over here. Now we're gonna look at your character's spells. Each of these characters has a spell list on their own.
Okay.
Like I was able to make myself stronger. You have spells that are able to make yourself faster.
Okay.
She has a spell right here called Wind Rush. You go to the cost, 2. That's how much focus it costs off your character. Range, self. You can only cast on yourself. Upkeep, no. That means it can't keep it going from round to round. And offensive, no. Which means it's not offensive spells. The ability says you gain +2 defense. It can immediately make a full advance. What that means is a full advance is when you move your speed in inches. So what that allows her to do is move her full 6 inches of speed and then take her action on top of that. So what you can do is move 6 inches and then charge, or move 6 inches and then run.
Oh, wow.
Very powerful. So, you also have your feet. If you flip your card over, their feet basically says anything in her line of sight that's not immune to cold becomes stationary for a round. Stationary means I'm automatically hit in melee.
Okay.
If you swing a punch at me, you hit me automatically. That's within your control range, which is 12 inches. So you have to really think about what you want to do this turn. Do you want to try and get Sorsha up there to finish me off yourself? Do you want the Destroyer to do it since I'm already in base-to-base with you? Or do you want to maybe do something else and sit back? The point of this game is to be aggressive. There's no sitting back and just like sitting on your laurels of this. Going for the throat is always advised.
Let's see what this guy over here can do.
All right. So first you get all your focus back.
So I guess hack the bone, so to speak.
Yes. So now you have to think about the order in which you want to do things right now. If you can give each Warjack up to 3 focus.
Okay.
If you can hit automatically, you don't need to roll the hit. You're just gonna do damage on me. You can hit automatically if you're able to get me within the 12 inches of your feet. So with 3 focus, you can get 3 extra attacks, or boost the attacks and do more damage. The power strength on his axe is 17. My armor is 19. That's only a difference of 2, so you'd only be taking 2 off the dice. In 4 attacks, you could easily kill my Warcaster, but you have to hit me first.
Right.
He's not very good at hitting people. He might have to boost. You might miss a few times. Every miss subtracts one of those whole dice rolls off the total damage you're doing. So my advice to you would be to activate Sorsha first, move her up, use her feet so I am frozen, and then start swinging on me with the axe.
Now, what would I need to do in order to...
So, first things always first, you always distribute focus first. So right now, you're trying to... This is the planning that you have to do in your head every round. At this point, we're going to go into like multiple model activations and how they could stack. Like in Magic, where you're just trying to get the combo going. So what you want to do is you want to make sure he has enough focus to do what he's got to do. So I would put 3 focus on him right now.
And I'll put 3 focus on him.
Right. Now, just making sure he's in your control. That was fine. He was a little bit further back. He doesn't need to do anything this round. He's not going to get anywhere. He's not going to go. He's maybe going to punch him twice. Doesn't really need any focus. You can have Sorsha sit on the rest of hers. So now you need to see if Sorsha is close enough to affect him with her feet. The feet's always that 12-inch bubble because it's your control.
Right.
You can always measure your control. So there's no way to really mess this up. You can measure your control. You go, no, not anywhere close. But if I moved, I wouldn't.
Right. So I'd have to remove a focus off of.
So first you don't need to use a focus to move her. She just moves by herself because she's a person. She's not a robot. She gets to act like people.
So how then, like, how far would I want to move her then in order to?
That's up to you. If you're too far away, you're not gonna affect me. If you're too close, you have to remember, my guys aren't that fast either, so you're pretty far away right now. Am I going to be able to get to you next round? If you mess this up.
Right.
And that's part of the game, is it's judging distances is a big part of it. I would say moving about 4 or 5 inches would probably be more than enough.
Let's do that then. Let's do, let's say 5 cents, I guess.
Alright, so you move her 5. Alright, now do you want to use her feet?
Now you can start my deck for 3 games.
Yes, I will.
Okay, so you measure out her control area again.
So measure out the 12 inches?
Yes, you do. Okay. So anything in her line of sight that you can see that's my models, enemy models, are frozen. So you're shorting yourself there. You always measure from the front.
So going like that, or am I still?
So right on top of the model there. Or you can put the tape measure right on top of her head if you want to. There you go. So you got him, you got him, and you got him. They're now frozen. They're now automatically hitting melee, and I can't run or charge with them.
Okay.
They're stuck. Do you want to do anything else with Sorsha? She has stuff on her card. She has a gun. She has spells.
Severe.
You can also cast, now that you've moved, you can cast that spell I told you before, the Wind Rush. It actually moved her backwards. 6 inches backwards now with plus 2 defense. To secure her, if you're wary about what might happen.
Now, could I do that post-combat?
Yes, you could. If you leave combat, things get to swing on you, attack you.
Like, say, like, if I were to declare my attack, and then before I end my turn, could I then do it to move her back?
You could.
Okay. So we're gonna leave her, I guess, where she is right now.
Okay, good choice. Want to move on to him?
Yes.
Okay. So now you activate the destroyer. You hit me automatically in melee, so you don't even have to roll. So you hit with your executioner axe. The power strength on the executioner axe is 17. The difference between my armor is 2. So you're gonna subtract 2 from these dice rolls.
Okay.
Alright, so 3 damage to start. This is 1, 2, 3. Would you like to attack me again?
Yes.
Alright, so you spend a focus off the Warjack. Alright, you attack, you hit, and now you do damage again.
Now I roll just the 2 dice?
2 dice. Unless you want to boost, you can always spend a focus to boost. But at -2, there's really no need to.
Okay, then I will not boost.
Good job. That's 5 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, would you like to buy another attack? Remember, he's not going to do anything else with his focus besides buy attacks and boost.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay? And so you attack, you hit, you do damage. -2 would be nice. 7 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, I have 3 hit points left. Would you like to attack me again?
Yes.
Okay, so you attack. That's your last focus. You automatically hit. You roll the dice, -2. -2 would be 4 damage. And that's the game. You beat me.
Okay.
So, once my Warcaster is gone, all my Warjacks shut down, so I don't even have a chance of retaliation.
Okay.
So what'd you think?
Actually, wasn't bad.
It's not bad at all, right?
No, not at all. It's quite interesting, quite fun. But takes, I guess, once you get used to it. I mean,
it's a lot of stacking.
I mean, it's pretty fun. Not gonna lie, I like it. I approve.
And there you have it. The game Warmachine is actually fairly simple and easy enough that someone who's never played a war game in his life can find not just enjoyment out of the game, but pick it up really quickly. As you saw by the end of it, he basically understood everything that was going on and was able to play the game. And so, I hope you enjoyed this little battle report / demo game, and next time we're going to take another look on the other half of the Warmachine universe when I'm going to be introduced to and play my very first game of Hordes. And if you guys are out in the Long Island area or just want to find some dudes to talk to about Warmachine, click the link in the description to Anthony's Warmachine page on Facebook. And also there's going to be a link to his YouTube channel as well. And I'd like to thank him for taking the time to show us this video. Also to thank the gentleman that participated in the game with us. And that is all for right now. So until next time, fearless gamers, take care.